welcome to More Math. I am Miss Moore. It is Tuesday, which means it is more math homework help time. Any math questions you have, if you are watching on TikTok, put it in the Q&A box. If you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments. I am here to help you. So every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Miss Moore, is here to help you with any of your math questions, any math topic that you are struggling with. All right, so we got some questions so far from TikTok, so I'm going to start there. And our first question is, hold on, where'd it go? All right, here it is. What is a decimal? All right, so a decimal is basically another way to write a fraction, right? So a fraction is a part of a number, right? If I have 1/2, that's not a whole, right? That's half of something. 3/4, right? It's not a whole. Think of like a whole pizza, right? It's not a whole. It's just a part of a number. So that's the same thing as a decimal. So a lot of times when I think of decimals, I like to think of money. So think about if you have 25 cents, right? We put that decimal and 25, right? 0.25. This was what we would call a decimal. We just wouldn't have the dollar sign, right? And a quarter, a way that we write a quarter as a fraction is you could do 1/4. That means a quarter, or you can write it as a decimal. 25 cents. Okay. 1/2. What's half of a dollar? How much money is that? 50 cents. And the cool thing about decimals is you don't need that zero at the end. You can write 0.5 or 0.50. It's the same thing. As long as that 5 is one place after the decimal, it's the same number. So a decimal is just part of a number. It's just another way of writing a fraction. Okay, and then later on, you'll learn that a percent is also another way of writing part of a number. Okay, so I hope that answered your question, but a decimal is just, a part of a number. So if we have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, well, the tenths place is that first number after the decimal. So 1/10 is written like this. 0.1. This is the tenths place. So it's 1/10. 2/10 would have a 2 in the tenths place, and so on. 3/10. Okay. So with decimals, you have to know your place values. The first number after the decimal is the tenths place. The second number is the hundredths place. So if there was a 3 here, it would be 300th with the TH at the end. Okay, but a decimal is just part of a number, and it's just another way of writing a fraction. So instead of 1/10, we could write 0.1, which is in the tenths place, so that is 1/10. All right, let me know if that helps you. More dollars. I didn't mean to give myself a like. All right, now our next question was, let's start with this one. So what is the area of a square? Area of a square. So let me make sure. Good. So let me draw a square. Good. So one thing we know about a square is that all sides are equal. So if this is 4, that means this is 4. That means this is 4. And that also means that this is 4. Okay. So to find the area of a square, it's the same thing as finding the area of a rectangle. Okay, length times width. So to find the area of a rectangle, I just need the length. So let's say this is 8 and the width, and we multiply it together. Because it's the same, we just say 4 times 4, or, and I'm not sure you learned this yet, but 4 squared. Okay, so 4 squared and 4 times 4 is the same thing, but 4 times 4 is 16. So let me know if you learned squares. Okay, but 4 times 4 is 16. And that would be your answer. So it's still just length times width. I know some people teach the area is side squared, but if you know that for a rectangle, it's length times width, it's the same thing as a square. The only thing that differs is that the length and width are the same. Okay. So Sonalise, let me know if that helped. All right. Next. I'll come back to the simple interest. Let me just do two-step equations because they asked first. But I'll be back. Don't worry. Moderators, make sure I don't forget simple interest. Okay. So, two-step equations. The reason it's called two-step equations is because it takes 2 steps to solve. Fun. All right. So the first thing you need to do is notice what operations are there. Okay, what's happening to the x? Well, first, x is being multiplied by 2, and then we're adding 3. Well, I want to know what x equals. That means I want to get rid of this multiplication. I want to get rid of this addition. I want to get rid of the 2 and the 3. Everything that's on the side of the x, I want to get rid of. Okay. So in the order of operation, if you remember PEMDAS, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If you remember PEMDAS, multiplication comes before addition. So the last thing we did is going to be the first thing we take care of if we work backwards, okay? So to get rid of addition, I have to do the opposite. What is the opposite of addition? Subtraction. You are so welcome, Sonali. So we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. Why? To keep the equation balanced. Whatever I do on the left side, I have to do on the right to keep it balanced. Good job, Charm. All right, so we have 2x. My 3's cancel out. And 11 minus 3 is 8. Okay, let's keep going because I don't have x yet. I want that x by itself. And the 2 is getting in my way. So again, this was multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication, to get rid of that 2 and to get rid of multiplication, I have to divide. So we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is x. Good job, Sarah. The answer is x equals 4. Okay, and to check your work to make sure you're right, plug it back in. So if x equals 4, then 2 times 4 plus 3 should equal 11. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Yay, I know my answer is correct. Okay, let's try another one just to make sure you got it. Oops, sorry. And as I'm going through this, if this is one of the topics you need help with, let me know, okay? So let's try one with subtraction. So 5x minus 4 equals 16. Okay? So once again, you need to split your equation. So we have the side that has x, and we have the other side. Okay. Now, the biggest thing here is keeping both sides balanced. If I change something on the left, I need to change something on the right to keep it balanced. All right. So again, I have multiplication here. That 5 is being multiplied with the x, and then we subtract 4. So the last thing we do, which is the subtraction, is the first thing we take care of because we're working backwards. So instead of subtracting 4, what do I need to do? I need to do the opposite. The opposite of subtraction is addition. Add 4 to both sides. Bring down that 5x. My 4's cancel out. It equals 0. And 16 plus 4 is 20. Great job, Charm. All right. Now, This is 5 times x. I need to get rid of this 5, and I want to get rid of multiplication. The only way to get rid of multiplication is to do the opposite. What is the opposite? Division. Divide both sides by 5. And the answer is 4. Nice job. Y'all so good at this. Okay. So are these the type of problems you like have trouble with? Are you getting it now? Charm, let me know. And how are you with division? Oh, you don't get it. Okay. So sorry. So tell me what where you're getting stuck, because you seem to be getting it. It looked like you were answering the questions. Unless I was looking at somebody else. Oh, I was looking at somebody else. Just kidding. Okay. So tell me where I lost you. We don't get it. Okay. Because I thought we were to add. You did. So we did add right here with the 4. How did division get in it? Okay. So let me slow down a little bit. Okay. So let me go backwards. So let's go back. That is okay. So I'm going to teach you something called the do and undo chart, because I think that's going to help you. Usually helps most of my students understand it. All right. So tell me if you get this part. You understand we're solving for x, right? So we need to remove everything that's on the side of x so that we can get x by itself. So I need to get rid of this 5, and I need to get rid of this -4. You get that part? Okay. So the first thing we need to say is, well, what are we doing to x? If we just look at this problem, what are we doing to x? Like if x was 1, what is everything that we're doing to it? Well, side by side, we multiply. That 5 and that x are side by side with each other. This is multiplication. So the first thing that happens is we multiply by 5. So x is being multiplied by 5, right? We would do 5 times 1 first. And then we subtract 4. Okay, let me know if you're still with me. Okay, so this is what happens to x, no matter what number x is. It could be a 2, it could be a 4. No matter what number I put for x, we're always multiplying it by 5 and then subtracting 4. Okay, so let me know if you get that part. Okay, now we're going to undo this. Okay, I want to undo. Okay, good. I see. Yes. So I'm going to undo this. And moderators, if you see the response before I do, because I have a little delay, let me know. Okay. So now I have to undo all of this. Okay, because I need x by itself. That means I'm going to have to work backwards, right? We multiply by 5 first and then subtracted 4. So the last thing I did is going to be the first thing I start with. So we have to do the opposite operation. I'm going to move my screen over a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. The last thing we did, this -4, is the first thing we take care of. So to get rid of this -4, I have to do the opposite operation. What is the opposite of -4? Tell me. So type it in the chat for me. What is the opposite of subtraction? Or -4 or -4? What is the opposite of that? Good. +4. Are y'all seeing it in the chat? I need y'all on it, please. Okay, so it's a +4. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Take care of that -4, and it's going to be a +4. Then we're going to take care of this times 5. So what is the opposite of multiplication? Instead of multiplying by 5, what am I going to do? Good, division. Okay, so we're going to divide by 5. All right, now this is the side you want to focus on. It's called a two-step equation because these are your 2 steps to solve this problem, okay? First, we're going to add 4 to both sides, and then we're going to divide by 5, right? These are your 2 steps to the equation. So let's do step 1. Add 4 to both sides. Okay. So I didn't do anything to this 5x. So that's why I'm bringing it down. I haven't done anything to it yet. I'm just doing step 1. This is step 1, add 4 to both sides, right? So my 4's, -4 and a +4, opposites cancel each other out. All right, 16 plus 4, we're going to get 20. So I just did step 1. I put a check because I just did step 1. Now I'm going to do step 2. Step 2 says divide both sides by 5. Okay, so I'm going to divide both of these sides, both sides of the equation, by 5. Okay, my 5's cancel out, right? The multiplication and division cancel each other out. Now I'm left with x, which is what I wanted all along, okay? So to get rid of this minus, to get rid of this times, I have to do the opposite operations. So I have to do the opposite of subtraction and the opposite of multiplication. And now I have x by itself. Yay! Okay, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, so do you see how the division came into it? Because we had to do the opposite of multiplication. Why are we divided? Isn't x a variable? But we want to, so x, a variable is a letter that represents a number. Okay, so a variable represents some number. So we're trying to figure out what is that missing number? What is x representing? And in this case, x is representing 4, right? If you think about it, in kindergarten, you did something, like maybe second grade. Okay, 5 times, you had like boxes, right? 5 times what equals 20, right? You did something like that, like this. 5 times what equals 20, right? So you may have memorized your timetables, right? And you'd be like, oh, it's 4. 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, but let's say you didn't know it, right? 5 times what equals, let's say, 200. Okay, well, you would divide, right? I can know that 5 times 4 is 20, or I can do 20 divided by 5, right? That's exactly what you're doing here, where you have 5x equals 20. 5 times something equals 20. What is this missing number? What does this x represent? X equals 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Now, because you are, I'm going to say, yeah, you see it? So because you're in, I want to say 7th grade, we no longer use x for multiplication, right? You'll see the dot, or you'll see the numbers next to each other like this, 5x, or you'll see parentheses like this. All of that means multiplication. Okay, so it's just the same thing. And so to get rid of that multiplication and to figure out what x equals, we just, by process of elimination, right? 5 times what is 20? So we just divide by 5 and say, oh, it's 4. Okay, good. It seems like you got it. All right, I want you to try this one so I can make sure you really got it. 4x minus 8, because the number of the variable means multiple, and you must do the opposite. Yes, a number and a variable next to each other means multiplication. Absolutely. Yes, you got it. So you would do the opposite, which is division. Good. Nice job. Boop, boop. You got it. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so what are we doing to x? Tell me what I'm going to write in my do and undo box. Okay, so what do you see is happening to x? So what operations do you see? And let's pull this over a little bit. Okay, so let's fill in this chart. Okay, we see subtraction, good, right here. And what did you just tell me this is? What operation is this? When the number and the letter are right next to each other. Nice, multiplication. Okay, so which one comes first? In the order of operation, think PEMDAS, what comes first, multiplication or subtraction? Which one would come first, M or S? Let me see, can y'all see that? Okay, so think PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. Oh, you can't see that. Just kidding. Okay, so multiplication will actually come first and then subtraction. So when I look at this x, I see that I'm multiplying it by 4 first. So this dot means times 4. Okay, if you want to use an x, that's fine. Times 4, and then we subtract 8. Okay, so multiplication comes first. Thank you, random. All right, so now I have to undo that. So we're going to do the opposite of subtraction first. So the last thing we did, which is subtract 8, that's the first thing I'm going to take care of to undo all of this and get x by itself. So instead of subtraction, I'm going to add 8 to both sides to get rid of this minus 8. Okay, this is how we work backwards. And then instead of timesing 4, good. Instead of multiplying by 4, I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. And these are your 2 steps that you're going to need to solve this problem. Okay, this is all you need to focus on to solve that 2-step equation. So step 1 says add 8 to both sides. Okay, so we have 4x. My 8's cancel out. Okay, we're just doing step 1. We haven't done anything to this 4x yet. We're just doing step 1. 4 plus 8 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. No, the question was 4x minus 8 equals 24. So all we do is add 8. When we do plus 8, we put it right underneath the minus 8. Okay, so minus 8 and plus 8, opposites cancel each other out. So if I have a positive 1 and a negative 1, they cancel each other out. This is what we call a 0 pair. It's going to equal 0. Okay, so if I have negative 8 chips and okay. All right, so if we finish this, okay, let me know when you're back. All right, so then we would divide both sides by 4, and we get x equals 8. And that is two-step equations. Hope that helped. All right, so I saw simple interest. Are you still here, Anime? Mochi? Let me know if you're still here. We'll do simple interest. And for those watching, if you have any math questions, put them in that Q&A box. I am here to answer your math questions. Okay. I don't know if they're still here. All right. Does anybody else have any math questions for me? I'll do simple interest. I guess they can come back and they can always watch the recording on YouTube. So I'll do it anyway. So simple interest. I-party. That's how I remember it. All right. I-party. Hey, Ava. So interest equals, so I is interest, of course. And that equals the starting balance or your principal amount times the rate times however long it takes you to pay it off. Okay. So if they say, I'm starting off with, I'm taking out a loan, a $2,500 loan. All right. It's going to take me 3 years to pay it off. So your time is 3 years. Okay. And your rate is, usually they give you your rate in percents. Okay. It's a very high interest rate. But all right. So 5%. Okay. So they're adding interest to your payment. So they're like, you are definitely going to pay us back and then some. Okay. You're going to pay that $2,500 you owe me plus more on top of that. That's the only way I'm going to let you borrow this money. Okay. So watch out when y'all do loans in the future. Okay. It's a life lesson right here. Watch those rates. Okay. So we just plug it in, right? So how much interest am I going to pay over those 3 years? Okay. So in addition to the $2,500, how much of that is going to be interest? All right. So let's plug it in. Interest equals, well, principal, $2,500 times the rate. I'm going to take this 5% and turn it into a decimal. I cannot multiply by a percent. So to turn a decimal in percent, we go back 2 spaces and you're going to get 0.05. That's your rate, interest rate. We're calculating simple interest. So like when you take out a loan, how much money you're going to have to pay back on top of the $2,500 you just took out. All right. The good thing about learning about simple interest is that you can use the calculator. So fun. All right. So we have 20. Okay. I see that. Focus. 2,500 times your interest rate, 0.05, times 3. And get this. Not only are you paying back that $2,500, but you're giving them $375 in interest. How fun. This is why you don't take out a loan. Okay. So find all the college scholarships you can, guys. All right. But interest is how much you have to pay back. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll let you borrow money, but you're going to give me $375 after those 3 years. Okay. Sorry, somebody. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Is this Charm? Is this the one? All right. So that is simple interest. So the person who asked me that, there we are. All right. Anybody else have a question? Put it in the Q&A box so I can make sure I answer it. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's right. You told me it was Kim. I'm so sorry. You told me you were under your mom thing. And I keep calling you Charm. All right. Yes, I can. Sunflower, you want more with interest, or because I'm gonna go back to Kim's two-step equation. But do you want more with interest? I'll make sure to return to that. Or is it fine to do two-step? So Kim, all right, Kim, I'm gonna give you, let's switch it up. Put it in the Q&A box, Eva. Ava, oh my gosh, Ava. I don't know. I said Eva. Ava, put it in the Q&A box. All right. Oh, more with interest. Okay, I'll come back to it. Don't worry. I won't forget. Put it in the Q&A box totally, so I don't forget it. I don't want to miss your questions, guys. All right, girl. All right, so the do and undo chart. Let's do it again. So this time, there's not a number next to X, right? Remember, if it's side by side, we multiply, right? But it's not side by side. Okay, it's division. This fraction bar, you know what? I'm going to confuse you. So let me go back to normal. I can see you getting confused already. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it as multiplication. Let's do this and make sure you get this. So 3x plus 6 equals 12. Okay. So let's go back to what you know so that you don't get confused. Okay. So side by side, we multiply. This is 3 times x, whatever x is. You sure? Okay. Okay, because it's not always going to be multiplication. Sometimes it is going to be division. So, all right, let's do it then. So x divided by 4. So this, when you see a number and a fraction bar, that fraction bar means division. So it's x divided by 4. So this is division. That is the ugly D. Okay. And this is obviously addition. Okay. So we have division and addition. All right. So still, according to PEMDAS, division comes first. Okay. Division is going to come before addition. So here are the two we have. Okay. So what are we doing to x? We are dividing by 4. So whatever number x is, we're dividing it by 4 first. And then we are adding 6. Good. So I always like to make that x here, right here. So I know I'm starting with the plus 6 and I'm going to end with that division. Okay. All right. So how do I undo this plus 6? Tell me, Kim, what's the opposite of plus? What is the opposite of addition? Tell me. Wish I could. The opposite of addition. Good. Oh, wait, that was Eva. Good, Kim. Subtraction. All right, so we're going to subtract 6. Okay, that's going to take care of this plus 6. And now we're going to do the opposite of this division. So what's the opposite? And I'll make the little dots a little bigger so you can see this is division. That was ugly, but you know what I mean. Okay, the opposite of division is going to be multiplication, right? Times 4. Okay, again, two-step equation because it takes 2 steps to solve it. What's step 1? Minus 6. And step 2 is times 4. This is going to help us to get rid of all of this on this side so that x can be by itself, so that we know what x equals. All right, step 1 says subtract 6 on both sides. So let's do it. So we are subtracting 6. All right, I haven't done anything with this, so I'm just bringing it down. Okay, I haven't done anything with it, so I'm just writing it underneath. All right. My 6's cancel out. 6 minus 6 is 0. Okay. 12 minus 6, we're going to get 6. So this was step 1, right? I just did step 1. Check. Tell me if you're with me, Kim. Okay, so all we did was step 1. Step 1 said subtract 6 on both sides. We did it. Okay, so I put that minus 6 right underneath the plus 6 so I can show that I'm canceling it out. Thank you, Naya. All right, now, okay, good. You're still with me. All right, now step 2 says multiply by 4 on both sides. Why? Because I want to get rid of this division. Okay, so when I multiply by 4 on both sides, okay, my 4s are going to cancel out, right? 4 divided by 4 is 1. My 4s cancel out. I get rid of this division and I get rid of the 4. 6 times 4 is, type in the final answer. What's 6 times 4? So to get rid of that division, we have to multiply. And that's going to get rid of that divided by 4. Nice job, Kim. 24. Okay. And again, to check your work to see if it works, right? Instead of X, you're going to put 24. So 24 divided by 4 is 6, and 6 plus 6 is 12. That's how I know my answer is correct. Nice job. Boop, boop. Okay. So is that making more sense now? Ava. Is that making more sense now, Kim? Is the, actually tell me, is the do and undo chart helping? Cool. Okay. All right. Kim, I'm going to give you one to solve. I'm going to move, go back to simple interest, but I'm going to give you one to solve, and my moderators will be on the lookout to see if you got it, okay? Okay, write this one down, Kim, and I want you to tell me what the answer is, okay? So just type it in the chat, and then I'll be able to help you out. Okay, so write that down. Tell me when you got it written down, and then I'll do it. All right, so let me go back to simple interest, and then we're going to do, okay, radius. Okay, find the circumference. Okay, so we're going to do circumference, and then Naya, I see you with adding integers. Okay, let's go back. Okay, you got it? Cool. Who asked me to do more? Who was that? Sunflower. Okay, I see you, girl. All right, so actually, all right, Sunflower. Sunflower, are you still here? Let me know. Okay, so simple interest, I party. Again, most of the time, teachers give you guys the formula, okay? Even when you have, so we're gonna, ooh, I'm jealous, Kim. I want cake. Okay, I party. So most of the time, your teachers will give you the formula. Like if you have a state exam, this formula is gonna be on it. So you really don't have to memorize it, but if your teacher does make you memorize it, I just remember I party, okay? Just without the vowels. Y is a vowel sometimes, so. Okay, so I party. So they always give you your principal amount. That is your starting amount that you borrow, okay? So your starting amount, I need to borrow $1,500 to buy a used car. All right, my interest rate, because they're going to say, hey, Miss Moore, yeah, I'll give you this money, but you're going to have to pay us 3% interest. Your interest rate is always in a percent. Okay. Then they're going to say, but you have to pay us back in 2 years. So not only am I going to owe them more money in after borrowing this $1,500, but I also only have a limited amount of time to pay them. I have to pay them back in 2 years. Okay. That's the only way they're going to loan this money to me. So to figure out how much interest I'm going to owe them on top of this $1,500 is we just plug it in. Okay. All of these are side by side. So this is really saying principal times rate times time. Let's plug it in. All right. So I equals, my principal is $1,500. My rate is 3%. Okay, we're going to change that in a little bit. And my time is 2 years. Okay, let me see if I can. It's not letting me. Okay. Can I move this over? Oh, that's nice. Okay. So, hey, what's happening? Okay. So now I need to change this 3%. Okay. I need to turn it into a decimal. To go from percent to decimal, okay, a percent is a number out of 100. So this is just 300ths. How do I write 300ths as a decimal? Put that 3 in the hundreds place. That's it. So 1,500 times 0.03 times 2. Again, usually most teachers are nice about this. They do allow you to use calculators for this. Okay. So you just go and plug it into your handy dandy calculator. So we have 1,500 times 0.03 times 2. Okay. So that's your principal, your rate, and your time, 2 years. Press enter. And okay, this is not bad, right? So in addition to the $1,500 you're going to owe them, you're also going to owe them $90 on top of that. So they're like, you're going to pay us back with interest. So you're going to owe them $90. Well, altogether, you'll owe them $1,590. Okay. But if they just ask, what is the simple interest you owe? It is $90. Okay. And if they ask what's the total with interest, you take your starting amount, that $1,500, add it to the interest. And that's the total amount that you owe them with interest. Okay. Did that help? Actually, I think a sunflower. Did that help? Jeremy. Okay. Hopefully. Hey, Olivia. Okay. So now we're going to do radius, find circumference. All right. Clear canvas. Yes. Okay. Yes, you. All right. Radius of a circle. Let's draw a circle as neat as possible. Thank you. Okay. So we have a circle. And the center of the circle. Okay, a radius is a line that goes from the center of the circle to the outside. It's straighter than that. There we go. I almost had it. Okay, so the radius in this example is 11 centimeters. There you go. So the radius is 11 centimeters, and they want us to find the circumference. Circumference is just like perimeter, right? If I say what's the perimeter of a square, we would add up all the sides, right? Or a rectangle, we would add up all the sides, okay? So it's the distance around the figure. So if I tie a piece of yarn around a circle, like around this water bottle, right, I'm measuring the circumference, the distance around the circle. Okay, so what is that distance? We have a formula, 2 pi r. Again, side by side, we multiply. Side by side, we multiply. Okay, Kim. Can you, oh, what was your answer? Sorry. Oh, shoot. I forgot the question. It was 3x plus, y'all remember it? I think it was 3x minus 4 equals 19 or something like that. 24 minus, or 5, 3x minus 5. Yes, 8 was correct. Yeah, it was 3x minus 5 equals 19. Yep, you have it. Good job, Kim. Nice job. So that showed me you got it. That makes me so happy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Cheers for Kim. Whoop, whoop. All right. Enjoy your party tomorrow. Okay. So circumference, you're welcome. Circumference is 2 times pi times the radius. Okay. We use 3.14 for pi. It's just a estimation because pi is a number that goes on forever and ever and ever. It's nonstop. All right. And the radius is 11. So we're just plugging it in. 2 times pi, this is pi right here, times the radius. This is the radius. Again, with circumference and area of circles, most teachers are nice enough so that you can use a calculator. So they're nice enough to let you use a calculator for these. Come on, focus. There we go. And yes, you are. Tell me where I lost you. So 69.08. So your circumference is 69. If your teacher allows, most teacher allows will allow you to use a calculator. So again, it's up to, it's not, it's just centimeters. Like for me, I allow my students to use calculators when it comes to circumference and area, because with the with pi 3.14, you're always going to get ugly answers. So it's just easier. And this time of year, we can see if you know your math facts. So we're just like, use a calculator. But has your teacher been letting you use a calculator in class? Because if not, we can just do it by hand. Okay. So 3, I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, if they don't let you use a calculator, then just take it 2 at a time. So 2 times 3.14 and 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. And 3 times 2 is 6, right? Now do 6.28 times 11. Now bring that 11 on down. Okay, let me move these guys out the way. Okay, now do times 11. Okay, so I mean, it's going to take you longer to do by hand, obviously, but it's not impossible. So if she's making you do it by hand, chances are it's going to be prettier numbers. So that's good, you know, it could be worse. And that's how we still will get 69.08. You will have to remember, though, your decimal rules. That's the hardest part. You know math. Come on. So the biggest thing is just your decimal rules of remembering. Count how many numbers are after the decimal. Okay, so there's 2 numbers after the decimal in your answer. Okay, all right, let's try it again. Come on, you got this. So it's just a formula. 2 pi r. That's it. So let's do it again. Girl, you said that like it was an F. A B is great. If you're struggling, a B is actually really good. Okay. So let's do it again. So let's say it's 9 centimeters. That's your radius. So once again, we're just going to plug it in. So we have circumference equals 2 times, okay, we won't talk about those missing assignments, child. Okay, times the radius, 9. Okay, so y'all don't feel bad for her. The reason I'm laughing is because I took her weeks ago during spring break. I'd help her with her missing assignments, and she never asked for help. So that's why I'm side-eyeing her right now. Don't feel bad for her at all. Okay, so 2 times 3.14 times 9. Okay, again, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you can't use a calculator. Okay, so we're going to do 3.14 times 2. So you have 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, it's the same thing we did just now, right? There's 2 numbers after the decimal. And now we're going to bring down that times 9. So let's do 6.28 times 9. Yeah, because I never do it. Wait, use it. What, child? Oh, you never use the calculator. Gotcha. But do they allow it? Even though you never use it, does your teacher allow it? Listen, if your teacher allows you to use it, use it. Hey, Kara. All right, so 8 times 9 is 72. But are you following me for real, Ava? Let me know if I'm losing you at all. Okay, and you get 56. Okay, and so because it's centimeters, it's just centimeters, like perimeter. Oops, I didn't know y'all couldn't see that. There we go. All right, so your final answer is 56 and 52 centimeters.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes, usually it's for area, they just leave the pi in there instead of,
Oh, but her grade, they're going to have her do 3.14. Yeah, she's younger.
Okay.
All right, 56.52 centimeters. Let me know if you understand it, Ava. Or tell me if I've lost you. All righty. Thanks for the likes and shares, guys. Y'all so sweet. While Ava's responding. Naya, you still in the house? Let me know. You still here, Naya? Hello, bad voice. All right, those coming in, go ahead and put your math questions in the Q&A box so I don't miss it. I am answering math questions tonight, so go ahead, don't miss out. Yay, Naya's here. Okay. Ava, are you still here? Are you understanding it, Ava? Roblox, come on, let me know. Are you getting it? It is almost June. Maybe. All right, I'll come back to you. Okay, so Naya wanted adding integers, right? Okay, so adding integers with the same sign. Has your teacher taught you the annoying song of adding integers? All right, so basically when you have actually adding integers with the same sign are nobody's holding you hostage, child. You can leave when you want. Okay, so yellow is going to be what do you call it? Oh my gosh, why does it take so much to color this in? Yellow is going to be positive chips and blue is going to be negative. Okay, so it's actually not as bad as you might be thinking, right? So just think about this. 5 plus 3, right? We would say 8, right? So if I have 5 positive chips and I add 3 more It's just 8. So it's the same thing. There you go. I knew you. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was Kara. Yeah. All the teachers teach the annoying song. I jazz it up a little bit to make it a little better. I'll sing it in a second. But all right. So it's going to be the same thing. -5 plus -3 equals -8, right? So instead of yellow, I have 5 negatives. And then I add 3 more negatives. Now I have 8 negatives. That's it. Don't sing it. Okay. So with the same sign, it actually is better. So when you have the same sign, you just add as normal and you keep the sign the same. So if these both were positives, your answer would be positive. If they're both negatives, see, we have all negative chips. We're going to have negative chips. Okay. All right. Ava has asked me specially to sing this song for you guys. So here we go. All right. I jazz it up a little bit because that's just me. All right. So it goes like this. Boom, boom. Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Take the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Hey, take the sign of the greater number, then you'll be exact. You're welcome, Ava. Thanks for requesting. Okay, so I take my bow right now. Okay, but yes, so same signs, you add and you keep the sign the same. That's the the gist of the song. So same signs, add and keep your sign the same. So if you have a -10 plus a -2, okay, I have 10 negative chips, right? Here's 10. I add 2 more. They're still negative. They're still blue. Okay. So then it's just 12 negative chips. That's it. You were here the whole time. Okay. But does that help? Okay, cool, Naya. Glad it helps. But yeah, it's just the same. Same as when you were learning to add regular numbers. It's just, it's going to be negative. All right. Any other questions? Yep, you had it right. Good job, Naya. Y'all are amazing. I love you guys so much. Okay, any other questions for me tonight? I'm here for another 30 minutes. Put those questions in the question box. Ava, I'll bother you again since you said you weren't sure if. You're so welcome. It's a gift, Naya, to make things simple for you. I know sometimes you have to see it. Like seeing numbers makes it complicated, but if you're a visual learner, sometimes seeing the chips makes it click, No, I meant helping people learn as a gift, like making it seem easier than it did before. Okay. Okay. Oops. Let's do it this way. Let's do that. I didn't mean to. Well, it's fine. All right. So what do we call this when it's a straight line going from one end of the circle to the other? Ava, what is wrong with me? Ava, when it's a straight line going from one edge of the circle to the other edge of the circle. Well, half of it is a radius, right? So what's the full length? If it's not a radius, it's called what? Starts with a D. Ends with meter. All right, it's called the diameter, but that's just a full line, okay? So the diameter is 10, okay? And the radius is just half of that. So the full thing is the diameter. The radius is just half of the diameter, okay? I didn't do it on top. So let's see. I can't trace it. All right, but that's the radius. So what's half of 10? I got it in your head. Ava, what's half of 10? And that is your radius. I won't sing it. If you don't tell me what half of 10 is, child, you do. 10 divided by 2. You are smart. Come on. So half of 10 is 5. Okay, so that's our radius. And the formula, good. So we just do 10 divided by 2. Thanks, Kara, for the assist. Good job, Ava. So our radius is 5. And here's our formula. Circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. Okay, Ava, tell me, what is pi? What number do we use for pi? So in place of pi, what am I going to put? If I had a song for circumference, I would sing it, but I don't. I can make one up, though. All right, come on. What number do we put in for pi? For everybody else that's here, if you have a math question, you can put it in the Q&A box. All right. So pi is always 3.14. 3.14. So did you celebrate Pi Day at school? I know some people don't, but I make a big deal about it in my class so people remember it. But it's March 14th. Okay. So Pi Day is March 14th. My kids get to pie me in the face on that day if they memorize 50 digits of pi or more. It's a great day. I usually get pied in the face 3 times. It's awesome. Sometimes 4 if there's a tie. Okay, so Pi Day is March 14th. So that's a way to remember it. Okay, so it's March 14th, 3.14. See, with all my singing, you'd get to pie me in the face. Hello. All right. She said, oh, I wish I did it. Stop it. Yeah, you should bring it up. Pi Day is the best day of the year. My students, if they don't remember nothing else, they remember Pi Day. We have so much fun. And you get to eat pie or any circular desserts, cupcakes, cookies, all the things. So 2 times 3.14. And what's the radius? We have the radius is 5. So we're going to plug that in. And now put it all together. Okay. That's okay. So we had the radius before. Remember, it was half. We put it here. So the radius is 5. And we just take it one thing at a time, right? So the 2, we just brought it down. Pi, remember March 14th, 3.14. And the radius was 5. Okay. Now, if you can use a calculator, you can just plug it right in. If you can't, thanks, Impact. If you can't use a calculator, then just do it by hand. It's fine. So 3.14. And here's a little trick I like to do. If it confuses you, then just ignore me. But Ava, tell me what's 2 times 5. You're doing great. Tell me what's 2 times 5. I won't sing again. Don't worry. Good, 10. Okay, so we can do, if you combine your whole numbers first, it'll make your life a lot easier. So if we do 2 times 5 first, then that's 10. And then it's just 10 times 3.14. Okay? So now you have all your zeros. 0 times anything is 0. All right, put your placeholder. 1 times 4. Well, that's why I'm here, darling, to make life a lot easier for you. 3 times 1, at least when it comes to math. All right, so 0 plus 0. and you get 3140. Now, Ava, how many numbers are after the decimal here? Tell me, how many numbers are after the decimal? Let's count. So here's the decimal. How many numbers did I underline? I underlined it. No, how many numbers? Count the numbers, right? So 1, 2. Okay. Okay, Naya, put it in the chat for me. So there's 2 numbers after the decimal here, no numbers after the decimal here, and all together there's going to be 2 numbers after the decimal in your answer. So you're going to get 31.40 units, whatever the units were. Okay. All right. So that is circumference. Ava, what I would suggest is you guys know this is on YouTube. So anybody who is watching, I am live right now at the same time on YouTube. That means that you can go back to your question and watch it again. So as you're doing your homework, as you're doing classwork, you can see these questions again from my YouTube channel. All right. Okay, how do you add multiple numbers? Add multiple numbers. Well, multiples, that's interesting. I need a clarifying question because, all right, so let's say you have the number 3. Multiples of 3 would just be counting by that number, right? So 3, 6, 9, and you can go on forever, right? Just skip counting by 3s. Now, yes.
Do you think that they mean just like instead of just like 1 plus 2, being like 1 plus 2 is 3?
Oh, thank you. Okay. So like 3-digit numbers is what you mean. Is that right, Naya? Like when you say multiple numbers, you're saying like, is your sister saying like this? Like 2-digit, 3-digit numbers?
That's not what you were saying.
Huh?
Like more than.
Right, like
more than 2 numbers.
Well, okay, more than 2. Like this. Okay, thank you. I was like, multiples and adding. That's a different one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you start. So here we go. First things first, we always start on the right in the ones place. And then we go to the left. So we go from right to left. All right, so we're going to start. So right to left. Okay, so 5 plus 3 is, oh, look who's participating. Good. Is 8. Then 4 plus 9. So we just take it one. Actually, let me do this for you. Okay, so Naya's sister in first grade. I'm just going to make it so you can see each thing. Okay. So you have your ones place. That's where we start. Okay. Tell her I want her to tell me what's 4 plus 9. Okay. So now that we did 5 plus 3, now we're going to move to this place, the tens place. So ask her what is 4 plus 9. And for those that just joined, go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A box. And then I got y'all. So keep it coming. I'm here for another 20 minutes. So get those questions in there. Okay. Naya, you still here? Okay, she's adding. Okay. She can do her fingers count up from 9. If that helps. Good job. Okay. So what we do is we split that 13 up. Okay. So we're going to put the 3 right below it. And we call it carrying the 1. Because we don't want 2 numbers in this space, in this box, right? It's going to look really ugly if I put both of those numbers here, like super ugly. So what we say is, okay, I'll put the 3 down here and I'm going to carry the 1. Okay, now I have 1 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so let's do it 2 at a time. So 1 plus 2, Tyler, let me know, what's 1 plus 2? Ask her what's 1 plus 2. I know y'all know it. This is a first grader, guys. But I'm glad y'all are participating. Okay, what did she say? What's one? Good, 3. All right, so I did 1 plus 2. I got 3. And now tell her what's 3 plus 1. You're almost there. Bring us home, girl. 3 plus 1. Ava, you're cracking me up tonight. Oh, I forgot to put that this is the hundreds place. Did you learn about 110s and hundreds? Okay, good. 4. All right. So your answer would be 438. Okay. So it's going to help you to put those lines there. That way you work with one thing at a time. Okay. Let's do one more for you. Ask her if it's helping her. We're going to do one more. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7. Because I want you to work on carrying some numbers over. Okay. So again, separate your 1's place, your 10's place, and your 100's place. All right. So we're going to start on the right. Here we go, in the 1's place. So we're going to start with the smallest and work our way to the biggest, right? 1's, those are the smallest. All right. So ask her what is 3 plus 7 or 7 plus 3. So start at 7 and count 3. Oh, can't see my fingers. 8, 9. Ava, I'm so proud of you. You're doing math. You see that? You told me you couldn't do math. I'm very proud. Good. Okay. So again, we don't like this. This box said, nope, we only want one number here. So we're going to put the 0 here and carry the 1. Okay. So 1 plus 2, you told me before, 1 plus 2 is 3. Now tell me what's 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8. Okay, so that 1 that we carried gets added to everything in that column. So we did 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 8. I saw it the first time. Thanks. All right, 3 plus 8. What she got? Good. Again, we don't want this. We don't want 2 digits here, just 1. So we put the 1 down there and carry the other 1. Ask her what's 1 plus 1. I know she got this. What's 1 plus 1? And for those watching, don't forget, put it in the Q&A box. Any math questions you have. 15 minutes left. Put your math questions in the Q&A box. Go, go, go. Good. Oh, that's it. Got 2 and 2 plus 4. Bring us home. What is 2 plus 4? Did we do 3-digit by 3-digit numbers in first grade? I don't even remember. That's pretty good. I don't have an addition song. You love my vocals. Thanks. 2 plus 4. You did this type of addition in 3rd grade. Maybe. I don't remember what grade we learned this in. You're very smart. We just got to get that confidence up, but you're very, very smart. Oops. Okay, what does she say? All right, 2 plus 4 is 6. Nice job. So the answer is 610. And there you go. What's her name? Naya's sister. I'll just call her Naya's sister. But great job. Okay, so just, I think those lines are going to help you. And then just do it one at a time. You got it. Just make sure one number goes into each of those boxes. All right. Any other math questions for me? Was this helpful to you guys tonight? Let me know. Thank you, Tandy. Is that an I? No, that looks like an L. I don't know. Carlindia, I hope that helped you. You did amazing. Now you heard the song. Okay. 50, I see 50 times 7. Okay. So again, just like with adding, we start with the ones place. So 0 times 7 is 0. Then we go across 5 times 7. You can count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So if you held out 7 fingers, that would help. Now, a trick is when you're multiplying with a number with 0 at the end, you can actually just do 5 times 7, which is 35. And if there's 1 0, add a 0 at the end. If it was 2 zeros, we would add 2 zeros at the end. And so on if it was 3 zeros. So that's a little trick. If you have a number that has a 0 at the end, you can do all that. Did that help? You're so welcome. I'm glad that was helpful. Anybody else? Questions? We got 11 more minutes. We're doing great tonight. Hello, Alex. Is it? That shows how much you love me. I'm live every Tuesday. All right. So, guys, don't forget every single Tuesday I'm here from 7:30 p.m. to 9. So just to keep it in perspective, like right now it's 8:49 where I am. Okay. So whatever time it is for you, go back an hour. That's an hour, 10 minutes. That's when I went live. Okay. So if you're in California, it is 5:49 for you. So I started at 4:30 your time, but 7:30 my time. If you're in Chicago, what's Chicago, an hour? So right now it'll be 7:50 for you. So I start at 6:30 your time. All right. If I could do minus, sure. I can absolutely do minus. You don't understand how much students love seeing me, girl. I'm a celebrity at my school. Okay, here we go. So it's the same exact thing except for you're doing minus. Okay, so Carlindia, and it actually might be easier for you because there's no carrying anything over. Okay, so ask her, what is 7 minus 6? What is 7 minus 6? Ava, stop being a hater. You love me. Put you in timeout. You know they actually have a you can mute somebody for 5 minutes. Put you in jail. Timeout, jail. Okay. So we're going to start with the ones place. 7 minus 6. I'll just annoy you by singing. Good job. 1. All right. And then we're going to do 3 minus 2. So we put a 1 down here. Now we go to the next column. 3 minus 2. So tell me 3 minus 2. I'm just going to keep playing it on repeat for you. This goes out to Ava. Good. 1. And now do 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1. She's doing amazing. Is she 6 or 7? So good. 5 minus 1. Also, guys, you can sign up to join me live on YouTube. So basically, you would join me on StreamYard. Your camera would be off. Only everybody can hear your voice, but I never use your name and your camera's off, so nobody knows who you are. It just helps me because, you can see, there's a delay here. So it's easier if you're talking and I can hear if you're really getting it or not. You can tell me if you understand something already and where exactly you're getting stuck. It's harder to do this when you're just typing, like I said, because of the delay. So each week by Monday at midnight, try to sign up by Monday at midnight so I have time to prepare for you. But tell me the exact question you need help with or the topic you need help with. This was subtracting 3-digit numbers, or we did circumference of circles, things like that. Just be specific with the topics, and then I can prepare some practice questions for you to make sure you're getting it. But you can sign up. The link is in my bio. Fill out the form. I will email you. So some of you are filling out the form and you're not checking your emails. So you're missing out on being able to join me live. So check those emails. 5 minus 1 is 4. Good job. And your answer is 411. So it's exactly the same. It's just instead of adding, you're subtracting. But we still make those lines and you're good to go. Okay. So that's it. We're going to end it here. Who's Adris? I don't know anybody by that name. Anyway, so as I said, let me turn the camera around. Where's my camera? Share, interact. Nope. I don't remember how to. Is it enhance? Flip. There we go. Okay. So, hey guys. It's very close. Hold on. There we go. So we are done for the day. I'm going to sign off of YouTube. All right. I will see you guys on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m.